Hello and welcome to this video. I am a barrister at law based in Mauritius, admitted to the New Zealand Bar, and I would like to walk you through the three-step process for calling to the New Zealand Bar for a non-New Zealand student based on my personal experience. So, if you are a student or a potential student outside of New Zealand wishing to call to the bar in New Zealand to eventually practice in New Zealand, or in a foreign country where the New Zealand bar is recognized, then this video is for you. So the 3 steps process are, first of all, assessment of overseas qualification, which is an administrative exercise run by the New Zealand Council of Legal Education. Secondly, you have the New Zealand Law and Practice Examination, which is the conversion course. Thirdly, you have the Professional Legal Studies course, which is the actual bar exams. In terms of step 1, the purpose of the assessment of overseas qualification is to actually assess the equivalence of the undergraduate law degree of the applicant who is from a non-New Zealand university against a New Zealand one. For example, if you are a student graduated with an LLB from a UK university, step 1 will therefore assess to what extent your degree and your qualifications are equivalent to a similar degree within a New Zealand university. In terms of the process, you simply need to make an application to the council and submit documents such as an application form, your tertiary education records, CV, professional experience records, your proof of identity, amongst other documentation. The council will then revert to you stating whether the conversion course is required, and if yes, what are the modules that are to be taken, whether all the 6 modules will have to be undertaken by the student or part of it. The council will also advise you whether there are any additional requirements to be fulfilled, such as the IELTS or English test and the ethics course. Here is an example of a sample feedback from the council after assessing the qualifications of a foreign applicant. As you can see, for that particular scenario, the council has requested that all the 6 modules under the conversion course be completed, along with the ethics course, but has actually exempted the applicant from doing any English language tests. However, do note that this feedback can vary on a case-to-case basis and is very much at the discretion of the council. With regards to the legal ethics course, that's a requirement of the council, and it's a tertiary level course which must be undertaken in either a New Zealand law school or university, or at an overseas university such as the University of Southern Queensland of Australia, which is with the approval of the council. This brings us to the second step of this process, which is the New Zealand Law and Practice Examination. As I've mentioned, it's first of all a conversion course, split over 6 modules or part. It is fully self-study. In the end, students are called for on-site examination in New Zealand or in the UK with the approval of the council. The examination per part is a 19-minute one. Students have a flexible mode of learning and of taking exams. At the end of the examination, students are provided with a completion certificate, evidencing that they have satisfactorily completed all the parts required under the conversion course. Now, if you want further details regarding the NZLPE, here is what we have in store for you. The NZLPE is the conversion course which is designed mainly for overseas, which is outside of New Zealand students. It's run by the Council of Legal Education in New Zealand with the aim to allow the holder of an overseas university law degree, such as the UK or Mauritius, to learn and be tested on the essential elements of New Zealand law in an independently moderated and assessed examination. This will therefore allow the student to eventually go for the bar exams, which is known as the PLSE. The purpose of the examination is to test the student knowledge of the distinct features of the New Zealand law. And New Zealand has actually diverged from the common law system in a number of ways, such as for the Treaty of Waitangi, the contract law regime, and the accident compensation regime. The conversion course is therefore designed to test an applicant's knowledge of these types of areas, such as land law, contract law, and tort. The course is intended to therefore provide a bridge between the legal knowledge of persons educated in another country like in Mauritius or in the UK and the relevant law in New Zealand. So the 6 parts of the conversion course are therefore part 1, the New Zealand legal system, part 2, law of contract, part 3, criminal law, part 4, property, part 5, law of torts, and part 6, equity. The examinations for the NZLPE are run twice yearly, in July and in November. So for this year, it's July 2024 and November 2024. And the course examination can actually be sat at one of the university law faculties or schools in New Zealand, such as in Auckland, Hamilton, Wellington, Christchurch, or Dunedin. The council also may approve a UK exam venue for which the NZLPE can be run. And typically, sometimes it's the University of Derby, but it's again a venue which is by the council. Step 3 is the last step of this leg, which is the Professional Legal Studies course. It is the actual bar exams that leads the student to eventually calling to the bar of New Zealand. So that exam is run by 2 colleges in New Zealand. It's the College of Law and the Institute of Professional and Legal Studies. So for that step, students are offered a blended mode of online and face-to-face learning. So for the online learning, you have a mix of assignments and coursework to complete and to submit for correction and marking. And for the face-to-face part, you will have to eventually go to an area within the New Zealand for subjects such as advocacy, trial preparation, mediation, and so on. After completion of the PLSE, a final letter of completion will be issued to the student who will eventually be led to the call ceremony and to the admission to the bar. So step 1 is a formality to be fulfilled, whereas step 3 is the final step, which is run and dictated by the council. For step 2, however, if you're looking for a tutor, VPR Management Services Ltd, a company which is based in Mauritius, aims to provide you with an online course that will assist you to successfully prepare for the conversion course. The course is fully online and will provide you with unit-by-unit lecture and tutorial, unit-by-unit lecture notes, as well as past exam, discussion, and practice. The course offered by VPR Management Services is fully online. It's customized to your needs wherever you're based. It takes into account different time zones and the student's requirements, and it advocates a personalized and bespoke approach, as well as ensures that there is ongoing virtual engagement with students, whether they are based locally or internationally. If you're interested, tutors for each module for November 2024 exam sitting are starting in June 2024. So do grab the opportunity and reach out to us on our phone number or via email. You can also connect with us on social media through LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, or YouTube by simply searching on VPR Management Services. Thank you.